Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Caylakat. In today's video, I'll show you my favorite villager home remodels I've done. If you don't know how to remodel villager homes on your own island, I'll explain how later in the video. Remodeling villager homes on my island is one of my favorite things to do. It really changes the game. Of course, it can be quite difficult as you can't change the size of villager homes. They can only be 6x6. I have multiple dream addresses, I've had multiple islands, so all of my villager homes will vary. I'll show you a wide variety of different layouts and themes. So hopefully you can find some inspo. All right, let's get into it. Here are my favorite villager home remodels. Let's start with Mallory's home. Mallory says, "Come on in, welcome to my crib." Mallory's home is pretty special. She has a bedroom, kitchen, living room, and a bathroom. You may have noticed that it looks like there's a few different wallpapers here. We have the blue painted wood wall as the main wall, the misty garden wall as the accent wall, and glow-in-the-dark stickers. On the left, we have some tiles to make it look like a bathroom, and on the right, some glow-in-the-dark stickers are customized to look like a window. I think Mallory's home is divided really well. She has a lot of room to walk around, and she still has her essentials, her DIY bench, her kitchen, and even multiple places to sit. Next up, we have Chatter's house. Chatter's house is super cozy, and it's perfect for fall, with all the brick and yellow tones. This is one of my favorite house layouts, where there's a big kitchen divided by tension pole racks, and the bedroom is on the other side. There's enough room for a little dining section and a small living room. You can customize this layout to your liking. In today's video, you'll see that I use this layout quite a lot. So this is basically the same layout I used for Chatter, but it has a little twist on it. This time, the kitchen is on the left, the bedroom is on the right, and it's split with a partition wall instead of pillars and tension pole racks. Derwin also has a small seating area and living room. Something I'm realizing while recording this video is that he can't get to his bed, so what I would do is remove that lamp and then turn the bed sideways so he can actually get into it. But don't worry, Derwin's just a little baby. He actually uses a crib. I think this room suits Derwin really well. It's like a little baby room with lots of blue and yellow accents. This is my house for Fuchsia. It's a little 80s inspired with lots of hot pink and zebra and funky patterns. This is a really cool layout. She has a nice big bedroom and a PC setup on the other side. This time I used a partition wall to split it up. Her kitchen is on the front left and living room is on the right. This layout has a pretty open floor plan and Fuchsia has a lot of room to walk around. Tad has been on my island since the beginning. I'm sure he's really happy to be out of his ugly starter home. His bedroom takes up most of the room, and it has lots of green and little froggy touches. I added some cute froggy clothes, some of the Sanrio furniture. In the back of his house, I made a big window and separated it with partition walls, so the froggy chair area is kind of his patio and he can look outside. You can definitely customize this layout to your liking. You could pretty much add anything back here. To split up the room even more, I added the dark stones rug to the outside section. So Tad's bedroom takes up most of the room and his kitchen is on the left of the room. But again, you can customize this to your liking. You can make a big living room or a big kitchen. Either way, having that back porch area is a really fun idea. Here's Static's house. He's my favorite cranky boy. I think his house turned out super cool and reflects his personality and hobbies. I gave him this pretty epic PC setup and added lots of albums and cool wall decor. Here's his little living room area. It's a little messy with some snacks and bottles that are totally not alcohol because Static is a baby. His kitchen is on the other side of the wall. I think it's nice to kind of hide it in the back. Here's his bedroom with a cool view of the city in the back. This is one of my go-to layouts. It's super easy and you can kind of hide that kitchen and DIY bench in the back. Apple is my favorite villager in the whole world, so she needed the best house ever for the princess she is. I added lots of pink and red and little apple details. I really like this room layout because she gets a big living room, there's lots of room to walk, but she still has a kitchen, she still has a dining room, and a bedroom. I have a huge gallery wall for her in her living room, and I think it's so much fun to add a big gallery wall because it showcases personality. I have all her favorite things, and it says a lot about her. Here's a closer look at her kitchen area. I usually include the DIY bench in the kitchen. I think that's just the best place to put it, and since it's customized to pink, it matches everything in her kitchen. I included a little breakfast nook on the side with her signature apple chairs. And just look at how happy she is. Alright, now we're going to move on to homes in my Gothic Victorian island. I have a video with a complete tour and horror story on my channel if you want to check it out. In today's video, I'm only going to feature 3 of these homes, so check out the full YouTube video for all of the houses. Starting off with Portia's house. This is one of my favorite houses I've ever made. I think it is so elegant. I love all of the red. And the funny thing is that this is actually the same layout as Static's house. I put the kitchen in the back corner, and then I added a living room as the main event. Bedroom is on the left, and a nice piano on the right. The best part about this layout is that Portia has a ton of room to walk around. Muffy's house is also one of my favorite houses I've ever done. It basically uses the same layout as Portia. The kitchen is in the back corner, and the bedroom's in the front, and when you walk in, you have a nice gallery wall and living room. On the right, she has a desk area. I think the bookcase adds a really nice touch. Here we have Lucy's house. As you can see, I really wanted to focus on the living room. I added some partition walls, tension pole racks, a fireplace, and the big wedding organ is actually turned around to add a really cool wall effect. On the right side of the room, we have her bedroom and kitchen. Since the living room took up so much space, there's not really that much room for the bedroom and kitchen area, but Lucy can still cook and she can still get into her bed. Let's move on to my Nordic fishing village island. This island is called Frostmoor. It's set in the winter and a lot of these homes are super cozy. Grizzly is a lumberjack on my island, so I wanted to make his house both a working space and a living space. Once again, I used that same layout I used for Chatter. Grizzly has an even smaller bedroom, but the main focus of this build was that he's a lumberjack and he has a workshop. Greta's house is one of my absolute favorites. I was going for grandma vibes and I wanted to make it look kind of fancy, but also very cozy and lived in. I love that you can peek through the bedroom to the kitchen. Sprinkle is a fisherman on my island, so I really wanted to focus on having a large kitchen for her. Again, this layout is pretty similar to Chatter's. I absolutely love this color scheme. All the neutral tones, blue tones, and that flooring really ties it together. Sherp's house has a similar color scheme, but this layout is pretty unique. I used partition walls and pillars to separate everything. We have a hallway with a couch for a little living room and the bedroom. On the left, we have a reading nook, and here's a little 360 view of the room. In the back left corner, we have the kitchen. This layout really makes the room seem larger than 6x6. I wanted to show you Flo's house because she owns a bait shop on my island, so if you are someone like me who likes to give your villagers little jobs, this is a really great setup. In the front, we have the actual shop, and then in the back is her living quarters. Everything is divided by a partition wall. Let's go to our next theme, Rainforest Pirate. This island is called Hey Hey Kay, and every villager lives in a different section. We have a couple villagers in a Moana-inspired section, villagers that are pirates, and villagers that live in the rainforest section. Let's start in the Moana section. Here we have June's house. Yet again, I stole one of my previous layouts. This house looks like Chatter's. There's a big kitchen on the right, and then on the left, a tiny bedroom with some tension pole racks in between. There's a small living room in the front. I love how cozy and homey this house is. Next, we're going to the rainforest section and we have Flora's house. Flora's house has a really unique layout. So we have a kitchen, living room, bedroom in the front, but when you turn it around, we have a bathroom. Of course, Flora can't really get to the bathroom, but I think it's so stunning and pretty, and I really like the way it turned out. This room is just so pink and so girly, and it's just perfect for Flora. Although she can't get to the bathroom, she has a lot of walking space. Look at her go! And here's a better view of what it looks like from the other side. Next, we have Frobert's house, and Frobert's house is actually the same layout as Mallory's. His house has a totally different vibe, but the layout works really well. I gotta say, this layout is pretty much exactly the same as Mallory's. The bedroom setup, the clothes, the bathtub, it's all pretty much the same. But swapping it out for different furniture, different colors, really makes a difference. Here's Jeremiah's house. I think this house looks really lived in, and I'm thrilled with how it turned out. So on the left, we have a seating area, we have a kitchen, and then on the right is his bedroom and living room. I separated the space with some pillars, a tension pole rack, and a Japanese dresser which lets you see through the bedroom and kitchen. I think all of the detail and the color scheme really makes this house special. Rizzo is a pirate on my island, and I consider him to be the captain, so his house has a lot of treasure in it. I think the red and gold color scheme work really well together. So yet again, this layout is just like Static's, just like Portia's, just like Muffy's, with the kitchen hidden in the back. Obviously, this is my most used layout because it's extremely customizable. Our last house today is Rod's, and of course, Rod is another pirate. His house isn't the most practical, it's hard to walk around, but I wanted to show it anyway because I really like the way it turned out. For me, the most important thing is that he's able to get to his kitchen and his DIY bench so he can craft and cook. Now that you've seen my remodeled villager houses, you might be wondering how to do this. After you've completed all the facilities and 30 houses in Happy Home Paradise, you'll unlock the ability to remodel villager homes. So after you complete your 30 homes and all the facilities, you'll have an epic dance party with KK Slider, and the next day you'll be able to remodel your villager homes with Tom Nook. If you don't have Happy Home Paradise, you don't know what it is, or you just have questions, I have a full guide that explains everything about Happy Home Paradise. That video is very informational, and even if you already play Happy Home Paradise, I highly recommend checking it out. There might be some tips that will surprise you. Let's wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're looking for even more inspo, stop by my Twitch streams. We have a great, talented community with awesome designs as well. And I visit viewer islands all the time. You'll find lots of inspo on my Twitch. I also linked my Discord in the description box, and you'll find a lot of inspo there as well. Let me know which villager home remodel was your favorite. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week for another video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.